in Zimbabwe as members of the SADC Electoral Advisory Council. Our mandate for us to come here is in the SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections. And it's also in terms of the SADC Electoral Advisory Council's structure, rules and procedures. In terms of these two legal documents, I've referred to SIAC, which is the SADC Electoral Advisory Council, is to do pre-election assessment goodwill missions in a member state of SADC, that is to hold election. The objective of the pre-election goodwill mission is to assess if the political and security environment in the member state is conducive for the holding of free, fair, peaceful and transparent elections. And these elections are also to be in conformity with the SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections. We are also to assess the legal framework of the member state which is holding elections. These are the laws which now regulates the entire election process. And in analyzing and looking at the law, we need to see if the laws are in conformity as well with the SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections. And lastly, the other objective is to assess and determine if the electoral management body of the member state is prepared and ready to conduct the upcoming election. That is the purpose of our visit here in Zimbabwe. Elections are very good. Unfortunately, the content of the meat of our investigations will remain confidential because in terms of the protocol in SADC, we are to then prepare a report that is to have recommendations, and these recommendations will be informed by the engagements that we have with all the electoral stakeholders here. So after preparing that report, we submit it to the chairperson of the ministerial committee of the organ, who then submits it for consideration by the ministerial committee. And it is after the report has been considered by this MCO, which is the ministerial committee, that it becomes a public document. That is when everyone has access now to what the findings were. So for now, please bear with me. I think there will be a time when the report will be made available and become a public document. Then you will know the outcome of our engagement with the electoral stakeholders. Thank you. Unfortunately, I will not give you a time frame because, as I said, it has to be considered by the ministerial committee of the organ. So I will now not go a step further and determine what timelines they have to consider the report and when it will become the public document, which will be available even on the website of SADC.